Oh, hello everyone. It's Susie, aka Crypto Granny. I hope you're all well. I hope you're looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, being kind to your family and friends, being kind to your beautiful putty cats, being kind to your dogs, whatever animal you have, and just making this world a better place. I just thought tonight I'd quickly look at the market. I can't stay away from it over the weekend and just see what's actually happening here. Bitcoin dominance at the moment is at 59.29%. The market cap at the moment is doing pretty well. It's around 370 billion. Volume is very high as well, and liquidity is very good for this market. I have to say, the cryptocurrency market to me looks very, very good indeed. Bitcoin's 1160. I do believe that Bitcoin will go higher. I know a lot of people are calling it down, but in my mind, it will go higher. It's just a given, given how many players are in this market. We're seeing more and more professional players in this market, particularly Grayscale. They've had, now they've got assets under management of something like over $1 billion. We've even seen the ex-CEO Prudential say that, people should start buying Bitcoin. There's a lot of other professionals in the market that have actually done a turnaround and decided they think it's worthy of buying Bitcoin. Now, clearly, if the US dollar goes down, US against the yen, or even when you've seen it against the Turkish lira, they do start buying Bitcoin as a store of value, okay? So I have to say I'm quite bullish Bitcoin as time goes on. This market, to me, the bull run's started. It's only just started, and it's not too late, particularly to get on this bull market as far as I'm concerned. So it does look very good to me. What's being supplied at the moment is 18.469. They have the residual of 21 million against the 18.469 is what miners have to mine. And once that's gone, that is gone, okay? Now, the institutional guys and girls are actually short Bitcoin at the moment. They do believe that according to open positions from the Chicago Board of Exchange, that they're actually selling Bitcoin in terms of futures. So we'll just have to see where that price action goes. But I do believe, in my personal opinion, and this is just for me, it's not financial advice by any means, any pullback in Bitcoin as far as I'm concerned is a buy. Ethereum's at 390 at the moment. I think Ethereum will lag. You had Vitalik Buterin come out and said they do want to move Ethereum to POS, proof of stake, but it's a lot harder than what they thought, okay? They do have, it's proof of work, as you know, and they have miners. And the thing is, as the system's been getting a lot busier and busier, just like we saw with, Ethereum, kitty cats and all that sort of thing, last year, you've seen with the DeFi, decentralized finance coins and tokens, the system's been getting a lot busier, getting much clogged up, and gas fees have been through the roof, $99 or so, or even more, okay? Now, that is a real problem for the system. It delays the transactions that are being processed. If you don't pay enough gas, often the miners won't even process your transaction, which is a real concern for Ethereum, okay? According to the bid offer here, there's more on the supply side of selling than the buy side, 116 mil to about 110. I do look at this quite a lot, I have to say, when I'm trading or when I'm holding investment, okay? So I do think Ethereum will start to underperform if they don't use proof of stake, okay? And, it's supposed to be Ethereum's version 2 as an update, but they are struggling with that. Certainly at the moment with establishing that. No, I think they will struggle with that. Also, there was talk of reducing the miners' rewards. Now, if they're looking to reduce the miners' rewards, that's even going to be more trouble because you're going to have less miners mining Ethereum, okay? And that's not going to be good for the transactions that are actually processed through Ethereum. And also, it could actually reduce the amount of hash rate. Now, if you reduce the amount of hash rate, it actually slows down the network as well and what's being processed in the network, okay? US Tethers have won. Now, I've said this before, Tether Inc., which issues US Tether, they don't actually back this 100% by US dollars, okay? And that's a real concern. When you look at their financials of Tether, they're only backing this against 73 cents to the US dollar, okay? And if that's the case, this ratio is 1-to-1 to the US dollar, but the reality is US Tether, they're only buying US dollars, 73 cents in the dollar. So technically speaking, this should not be $1, right? So keep that in mind. Another thing too with Tether, they're now starting to issue it on the Osmogold platform. OMG, oh my God. And essentially that's what got oh my God platform going, okay? It's just another, type of interoperability platform on its own blockchain. And the thing is, it's gone up quite a lot, okay? It's literally doubled 225% in about 7 days. So, but the thing is, I'm very wary of Tether, just simply because it's not true US dollars. And you do need to keep that in mind, okay? It's not true US dollars. That's a fact. XRP is lagging. It's very, it really bothers me. It doesn't seem to rally. It's very, very annoying. Now also if you're an XRP holder, you get some Flare. Don't forget about that. Now, Flare is their new smart contract program, and anyone that has XRP will also receive Flare. Okay, and that's a pretty good story in itself. Bitcoin Cash is also one of the coins that Grayscale is buying for people that don't want to manage crypto assets directly. They're actually buying in funds, and Grayscale will actually deposit those funds with the Depository Trust Corporation, which is a very good story for investors' security in that sense. And Grayscale are also buying Litecoin. So Litecoin has performed quite well as well, Litecoin. And also Charlie Lee came out the other day and said Litecoin has got a debit Visa card, which is coming out as well. And, there's a lot of good things coming with Litecoin. There's going to be an upgrade and that sort of thing as well. So that is quite a good story in itself. Now, Chainlink, as we know, got to the incredible lofty heights of $19.20, and it was simply because a lot of the traders were very short Chainlink. They've only got $1 billion on issue, $1 billion in supply, and 350 mil total supply. Maximum supply is $1 billion. And a lot of the traders were short, and that's what happens when you've got a lot of traders that are short in the market. They have to buy back their shorts as the price keeps rising, and that's what killed a lot of traders. So in my mind, Link can come down quite a bit. It did go up way too far. And don't forget, about 1.5 years ago, Link was at 35 cents. It is my investment portfolio, and I certainly told my clients to buy Link because I do think Link is a good story. But at, even at $15, to me, it's gone up way too high. Okay, so we've covered Litecoin. Also to speak, Litecoin has different miners. It's still proof of work, and it has different miners to Bitcoin and Ethereum, so it doesn't have the fee problem of those other miners. All right. Another thing with the miners of Bitcoin, it's been a real problem in China. Bitcoin have 5 major miners in China. There's been floods in China, massive floods, and it's been really affecting the mining of Bitcoin. Okay, and there's all these things. There's so many things that can affect the prices of coins, and you need to be aware of what can affect the price of coins. BSF, I don't like, and I'll just go through the first, 15 or 20. My clients, my subscribers, and thank you very much. We had a poll, and many clients and subscribers want to hear more about other cryptocurrencies and altcoins, and I'm happy to do that. And I'm happy to tell you what I actually invest in for myself, what I think is very good, and what I trade as well. And I do quite a lot of trading and a lot of investing. Now, BSV, which is Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, obviously Craig Wright is behind that. I'm not a believer in this coin, I have to say, and I don't believe he is Satoshi. That's my own personal view, and this is not financial advice. But for me, this is something I wouldn't hold in my investment portfolio, but for me, I would trade this as a trade. And for me, this is not a bad trade, a sell trade, anything over about $210. That's my view. Binance, I do like Binance very, very. Binance is an incredible story, the exchange. I know they released some figures the other day. They had more and more people signing up to their crypto exchange. Coinbase had 35 million customers. Binance would have more, and they're getting busier and busier. They're doing futures. They're buying, education businesses that they're expanding globally all over the world, and it's quite an amazing story. And it would not surprise me, like Coinbase, these guys are going to IPO on the equity market and do initial public offering on the equity market. But Binance is a cash cow business, and it is pretty amazing just where it's going, okay? If we look at the CRO, that's connected with MCO, and it surprises me that this coin has gone up as far as it has. MCO basically is a debit card, and I have to say, you know, at $5 or $6 the last time I looked at it, I'm not a believer. I'm really not a believer. But this is my own personal view. It's not financial advice or anything like that, okay? IOTA, Cardano, we know that they did their Shelley, and that seemed to do quite well. And now they're looking to do more in terms of more technical upgrade. So you might see Cardano do, you know, fairly well in the short term. And, you know, we'll have to keep an eye on that, okay? Certainly they use a different type of, you know, different computer language. They use Haskell, which they believe is more secure than any other computer programming language or developers language, like Solidity, which is what Tron uses and what Ethereum uses and what Ethereum Classic uses. So if we look at EOS, I don't like EOS. I've always had a feeling that EOS was a bit of a, you know, I didn't believe in it. It was like a $4 billion ICO that when it went for about a year and a half, I just feel there are problems with EOS. Even Tron is starting to have more DApps than EOS. And I just feel EOS don't have enough clients to justify the lofty levels of where the price has been in the past. It is a cryptocurrency, and must keep in mind that is very much favored by the East. The Chinese and the East do tend to buy this cryptocurrency. Now, I don't know whether you remember, but Vice Ratings came out, Vice Ratings, a year ago, and they put, a year and a half ago, they put EOS on the top of the best cryptocurrency out there. And I was just absolutely flabbergasted by that. I couldn't believe it, okay? That really, really shocked me, very much so. Now, Tezor's, my understanding is it's a platform. There's a lot of argy-bargy between the developers and the founder of Tezos, which, you know, my understanding has been cleared up. But again, I haven't seen too much of a business or real clients with Tezos. You know, I think it hit a wall around that $3.80. And in my mind, this one is probably a short-term sell as a trading sell in terms of my trading book. I don't buy Tezos. I won't buy Tezos as an investment. When I have investments, my outlook is 2 to 5 years minimum. When I do a trade, it could be 3 hours to 48 hours max. You know, it could be a very short daily term trade, depending on how volatile the market is, to a swing trade. But that's pretty much it, okay? Stellar, look, I really feel Stellar, in my mind, doesn't have a business. They did copy the technology from Ripple. They don't have any clients. I know you were going to say IBM, but look, IBM don't need Stellar. IBM are going into their own blockchain, their own cryptocurrency, and they don't need Stellar. And it's a very poor copy, as far as I'm concerned, of XRP. Now, we do know that Jed McCallum just the other day was given 61 million XRP, and he sold those into the market. That's my understanding. And I think that's probably pressured XRP to some degree, that it can't seem to get through 30. But, you know, we just have to wait and see. If we look at how many on the buy here and how many on the sell, you know, there's a few more on the sell. So we just have to see where that goes, okay? But they are doing some great things. Vitsavin is out there with his new Zoom application, where you can actually download it on your phone, on your Android or your iPhone, and you can create your own wallet numbers and everything and send things through. I mean, XRP is doing some amazing things. They've got this new Pay ID, which basically could pay through any application all over the world. At the moment, you can pay through Slack and a few other things, but they're looking to do it through Telegram, WhatsApp, all sorts of things, okay? And it's going to be huge. It's going to be bigger than Pay, bigger than Apple Pay, for example, which I think is a great story in itself. So keep that in mind. If we look at Atom Cosmos, this has done extremely well, 23.64. And I can only assume that, you know, the market obviously thought it was undervalued, but, you know, I don't have any real reason for it. They do have staking on their coin, which is a great story. Possibly the staking also got people involved in that coin. But this has done extremely well, I have to say, extremely well. And so there are a few reasons why people buy things, but I can't see any reason why they actually bought this coin here. But it has done very well. Tron has done well of late. It did get up very close to 3 cents. I think Tron is going to be one that will perform very well. It's a very cheap entry into what they're into. They're into media, gaming. They own Polynex, don't forget. They took over Steemit. It's a very good story, and they've also joined forces with Waves, okay? And Waves just recently did a deal with Russia, cryptocurrency loans, and it was the first of its type with Russia. So keep an eye on Tron, because my idea is Tron is a very, very cheap coin for what it is. And people discount Justin Sun thinking that he just makes things up. But in my mind, Tron, it's very, very fast. It's in competition with Ethereum, that's for sure. It's doing a lot of dApps. It's a lot faster in terms of transactions per second. It's proof of stake already. And in my mind, they've never had a malicious hack, okay? That's really important, very important. Now, Monero, there's talk of Monero being delisted off some of the exchanges because it's a privacy coin, and it's always connected with illicit type proceeds. And I just think in a world where there's going to be regulation, there will be no room for privacy coins. That's my belief, honestly. OakB is doing very well. That's an exchange. I do like the exchange coins, I have to say. Do like them very, very much. Particularly when they basically their clients are building all the time. Now, one thing OakB did say is Ethereum Classic, which I've got a short-term trade on. As you know, in the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks, they've had hacks. Okay, malicious hacks of over 51%. Now, if the technology is fundamentally wrong or something's not right, and people have got into that technology and stolen coins because the security is so bad, then the coin should be selling down. So I've actually sold Ethereum Classic at $7.10, and I think it's around $6.75 as a short-term trade. The thing is with Ethereum Classic, the Ethereum Classic developers are trying to fix the problem, but I tell you something, they get another hack, it means the technology is not safe at all, and investors in Ethereum Classic can lose their money. Now, OakB is one of the biggest traders of Ethereum Classic and supports that coin quite a lot, and OakB even considered deregulating Ethereum Classic. Now, if Ethereum Classic, because of all its malicious hacks, gets deregulated off all the exchanges, there'll be no price discovery, okay? And that's a big thing you need to worry about. In other words, if it's delisted, there's going to be no true market to what the value is, and it means that basically it could plummet down to zero if people lose faith in Ethereum Classic, okay? And you have to understand that. Neo's done really well. I had a trade on Neo when it was about $14, and in my short-term target, it's reached that target of $18. And I don't own Neo as an investment. I don't particularly like it because they only have 6 to 8 6 to 8 validators, and this Neo in my mind could be subjected to a hack, okay? And that's serious, right? So if we if we go to Waves, I did mention Waves, and I'll come back to VeChain and IOTA. Waves basically did that deal with the Russians, the first cryptocurrency backed loan in Russia. That was on the 19th of August, and that's a great story for them. But also, as I said, these guys are also working with Justin Sun to do more dApps and to do more decentralized finance. Okay, so they're doing a lot of work with Justin Sun, and I do believe that Justin Sun and Tron are going to surprise people. They did monetize, as you know, BitTorrent. They monetized that. It cost him nothing for BitTorrent because he actually monetized it. So very, very, as far as I'm concerned, a very smart operator indeed. So if we go to VET, VET has underperformed recently. It did get over 0.02. I do like VET very much. I think it will do well going forward. They have so many contracts in China and everywhere else, even in some parts of Europe, and they're doing extremely well. IOTA, I would be very careful of IOTA. I've never liked IOTA. I've always thought it was a scam. Seriously, even when my clients were trying to transfer coins back and fro, my clients would lose money, and I certainly lost money on IOTA because the coin would just go into the ether and their wallet never worked. And all you get from the IOTA crowd or the groupies was, you know, everything's okay, and it wasn't okay. And that's a fact, okay? So there's a story here about IOTA just recently published that IOTA may not survive and isn't running out of money. And this is 7 hours ago. And I tell you, when I see stories like this, I get a bit, you know, this, if I was holding IOTA in my investment portfolio, I'd be out of it, because this would be a real concern. Cryptocurrency that doesn't earn any revenue and doesn't generate any revenue will eventually go broke. You cannot pay people nothing. Even if the developers do it for charity, how long are they going to do for charity, right? IOTA, if this is correct, is at risk of running out of cash, right? And it's been exacerbated by the tensions between the co-founders and the lack of commercial use cases of Tangle, the protocol's consensus mechanism. In my mind, this technology does not work. And in my mind, this coin could go to zero. I've never liked IOTA. You can look up my cryptocurrency reports, you know, YouTube a couple of years ago. I never liked IOTA. It doesn't work. It does have centralization because a third of the transactions are pushed through by the administrators, and it's not centralized, okay? It's not centralized. And everyone bangs on about Ripple's technology being centralized. It's not. Ripple's technology is decentralized. They have well over 1,000 validators. The fact that IOTA have to push through a third of their transactions is really, really scary. So I would, if I was anyone that's holding IOTA, I'd look at this report and have a good read of it, because that would be very concerning to me, okay? Very, very concerning indeed. If we go back to this, and, you know, I'll just go through some more, but not too many. You know, we do see that OMG has done very well, okay? Now, there was also a report that Tether was going to be issued on their platform, and that's a good story for them particularly. And that's certainly what, you know, the coin in the last 7 days has gone up 179%, which is massive. And possibly, you know, it is due for a rebound, okay? There's so many coins we can talk about. Ethereum, as I said, Ethereum Classic, as far as I'm concerned, that's a sell. The cryptocurrency market should be selling it just on fundamentals alone, and that's a fact, okay? Just on fundamentals alone. Now, that's doing very well. I'm not sure about the story of BAT, and certainly XRX, which is a decentralized exchange, has done very well indeed. Okay, there's a lot of other things we could talk about, but let's leave it at that. I will try to update you probably more, all these, you know, cryptocurrencies and what's good and what isn't, in my mind, and all the research I do. You know, see you all on the next one, and please do support me. Click the subscribe button. Please click a comment, click like. Please support me on Patreon. The cheapest Patreon is only $10. And, you know, I do a podcast there every day. And it really covers all the different technologies and new clients and all sorts of things. There's just so much to cover in the cryptocurrency market. It absolutely fascinates me, and I just love it. Seriously, I really do. And there's just going to be so many opportunities. Plus, I'm wearing my, if you can see this, I'm wearing my Crypto Granny t-shirt. There's some great value on there. Please do support us. It keeps the channel open and all the research. And, you know, I do appreciate you listening. So, you know, please, I look forward to you guys coming back and listening to me again. And I'll talk to you very soon, Crypto Granny, and have a great day and a great week. Thank you.